Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back from the lunch break, and thank you for joining us. This panel is going to talk about incentives and disincentives in compliance programs, which is a topic that I suspect is top of mind for many of you in the audience in light of the Department of Justice's recent evaluation of corporate compliance programs document and clawback pilot program, as well as the upcoming SEC rules related to clawbacks.
It is a different construct from what we're used to here, and it's not typical U.S. employment at will, which we are, again, very accustomed to, and it is the anomaly globally. So I think the question to ask in all of this is, before making any assumptions that what you're doing here will fly in your other countries, is to get the advice and at least understand whether what you're putting in place would be enforceable, or even the adoption of your new policies would be problematic even before you attempt to enforce them.
At the end of the investigation, if we substantiate the allegation, we're talking about disciplinary measures, this will be another aspect of those disciplinary measures that we will consider. And if we're going to pursue termination, to what extent would we pursue any type of clawback? Because to me, it's important that we have the conversation internally, and then we document wherever we land.
So I think when we're talking about incentives or disciplinary measures, I think HR is an absolutely critical one. And I think part of that is, okay, we can come up with whatever tools or measures we want, but are they actually going to be used in practice? I think companies should financially reward deeply loyal employees. So I think a lot of people probably disagree with me. This is just my personal opinion, but I think we use incentives in so many other ways. I love talking about Ted Lasso, right? There's a conversation between Ted and Dr. Sharon where Ted says, you don't care, you're paid to do this. And she's like, that's not true. I can still care and be paid. So I think people should also look at what are the other ways in which we can incentivize and recognize people who've done the right thing. It's difficult.
What kind of transparency there is around the process for investigating a complaint, and kind of what's available to people who report them?
I follow up and ask them if they have any additional details regarding X or Y. I will let them know that an investigation is closed, but I won't necessarily share with them the outcome. Only because if they're still an employee at the company, then that just creates another problem. And it's not fair. I look at it as that I have to be respectful of both the person who raises an issue as well as the person to whom I'm investigating. And because someone may receive coaching, that's not for everybody to know either.
I think pilot things, sometimes, change is hard if it's incremental versus transformational change. But sometimes just saying, look, we want to pilot a concept with a particular part of the organization. We'll take the feedback, we'll see what works, what doesn't work. I found that to be pretty effective. It's pretty low risk for an organization when you do that type of approach.
From the top, every day, it's part of the values that we live. And in a shout out to Ethisphere, we were named a world's most ethical company. This is 14 times for us. And this resonates inside the organization. And we utilize it, we leverage it externally as well. It's critical in our marketing. You'll find it in our sustainability report, our ESG messaging. You'll find it in the signature block.